This might surprise you. The Rivian R2 is expected to start at just around $45,000. An electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, advanced tech, and the looks of a premium machine, priced to compete directly with Tesla's Model Y. But here's the twist, Rivian isn't just building another EV. They're building a car that feels alive, playful, and adventurous, something that could reshape how we see electric driving. Rivian is not your traditional car company. They launched big with the R1T pickup and the R1S SUV, cars that proved electric vehicles could be rugged, capable, and beautiful. But for most people, they were out of reach, sitting in the $70,000 range. The R2 is Rivian's way of saying, this one's for you. It's smaller, more affordable, and designed to be the SUV that brings Rivian to driveways across America. By the end of this video, you'll know whether this is the EV worth waiting for. Look at it from the outside, the R2 carries Rivian's DNA instantly. Those signature oval headlights are like a friendly face, but don't mistake friendly for boring. The stance is wide, muscular, and confident. It's about 15 inches shorter than the big R1S, which makes it easier to live within the city. Yet the shape still whispers adventure. The clean lines, flush door handles, and precise proportions make it stand out without being overly noticeable. Take a close look at those wheel arches. They give the SUV a planted, almost athletic look. And the color choices feel inspired by nature, deep forest greens, earthy browns, icy silvers, and a few bold tones for drivers who want to make a statement. If you saw one parked at a trailhead or outside a trendy cafe, it would feel perfectly at home in either setting. But wait until you see the inside, it's just as striking. Step into the cabin, and the first thing you notice is space. Even though it's a mid-size SUV, Rivian designed it to feel open and inviting. 5 seats, with plenty of headroom and legroom, plus smart storage that hides in unexpected places. The dashboard is clean and minimal, with a big central touchscreen and a digital driver's display, but nothing feels cluttered or overdone. Take a look at those materials, soft fabrics, sustainable trims, and designs that remind you Rivian is trying to do things differently. This isn't just a cabin you sit in, it feels like a space where you want to spend time. Fold the back seats flat, and suddenly it's a weekend gear hauler. Keep them up, and it's a comfortable family SUV. It adapts to you, not the other way around. Performance is where Rivian really wants to impress. The R2 will come in 3 flavors, single motor, dual motor, and tri-motor. That last one? Expect 0 to 60 in around 3 seconds. Yes, 3 seconds in a family-friendly SUV. Even the base model aims for a solid range of over 300 miles, which means you won't be planning your life around charging stops. Picture this, you're driving through the city on a Monday, smooth and silent. By Friday, you're heading to the mountains, and the R2's all-wheel drive setup and suspension say, bring it on. It's not just an electric SUV, it's an adventure machine. Would you take this over a Tesla Model Y performance? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I'd love to know. Technology and safety are baked into the R2. You'll get the latest driver assistance systems, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking. But Rivian is also preparing its next-level autonomy package, with hardware already built in, so as the software improves, your R2 will too. Over-the-air updates mean the SUV gets smarter over time, just like your phone. Take a closer look at those hidden details, multiple charging ports, wireless updates, and even thoughtful touches like clever storage cubbies. These little things add up to an SUV that feels like it was designed with your daily life in mind. And here's the part people can't stop talking about, the price. Starting around $45,000, it goes head-to-head with Tesla, Ford, Hyundai, and Kia. But Rivian's advantage is personality. The R2 doesn't just compete on numbers, it competes on how it makes you feel. If you want an SUV that's not only electric but also filled with character, this one might top your list. Here's a wild fact, the Rivian R2 could qualify for federal EV tax credits, which means its already impressive $45,000 starting price might drop even lower for some buyers. That's a mid-size electric SUV with over 300 miles of range, advanced safety tech, and a design that feels premium, for the price of an average family crossover. And this is where Rivian flips the script. It's not just making EVs for enthusiasts, it's building one that regular drivers can actually bring home. Charging is often the deal-breaker for new EV owners, but Rivian thought ahead. The R2 supports DC fast charging, letting you add significant range in less than half an hour. Imagine pulling over for a coffee, and by the time you're back with your drink, the SUV is ready to roll again. But the story doesn't end there. Rivian is expanding its own adventure network, placing chargers in not just city spots but remote trails and national parks. Now add to that the expected compatibility with Tesla's Supercharger network, and suddenly the fear of being stranded disappears. For anyone hesitant about making the switch to electric, this is reassurance you can actually see on the map. Ownership over the long term feels just as compelling. Electric vehicles are already easier to maintain than gas cars, fewer fluids, fewer moving parts. But Rivian adds another layer with over-the-air updates. Think of it like this: your R2 can wake up with new features overnight. The navigation could improve, the driver assist system could gain new abilities, even range could get better with software tweaks. For you, that means your car doesn't grow old the day you buy it, it evolves with time. Now let's talk competition, because Rivian isn't entering an empty space. Tesla's Model Y dominates sales, Ford's Mustang Mach-E brings heritage, and Hyundai and Kia are pushing bold designs with the Ioniq 5 and EV6. But here's where Rivian sets itself apart: character. The R2 doesn't just look futuristic, it looks friendly. It doesn't only focus on numbers, it focuses on lifestyle. You could daily drive it through traffic, then head off-road for a weekend adventure without skipping a beat. If you had to choose between the clinical efficiency of a Tesla and the adventurous charm of a Rivian, which one would you take? Drop your pick in the comments, I'd love to hear where you stand. There's also the emotional side of this story. Rivian isn't an old automaker trying to reinvent itself, it's a new player that dared to challenge the giants. When the R1T pickup first rolled out, people thought it was a concept car. Then they realized it was real and capable. The R2 carries that same DNA but makes it accessible. Owning one isn't just buying a vehicle, it's joining a brand that's rewriting what electric cars can represent. That's something no spec sheet can fully capture. And here's the part that matters for families. The R2 seats 5 comfortably, with enough cargo room for strollers, groceries, or camping gear. Safety systems like adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, and emergency braking don't just sound good on paper, they're the kind of features that give you peace of mind every single day. Add in the flexible cabin that folds flat when you need space, and suddenly it's not just a stylish SUV, it's practical, too. That balance is what makes the R2 stand out. Pricing is the final punch. $45,000 for the entry model, with higher trims offering dual and tri-motor setups for buyers who want speed and capability. Compare that to competitors, and you realize Rivian isn't just playing the EV game, it's trying to lead it. And in a moment, I'll tell you why this SUV might be the single most important Rivian ever built. Think about it, Rivian could have stayed premium only, making high-priced toys for enthusiasts. Instead, it chose to build something for the wider audience. The R2 is proof that electric doesn't have to mean boring, it doesn't have to mean expensive, and it doesn't have to mean compromise. It's fun, practical, stylish, and most importantly, it's within reach. So here's the question, is Rivian's R2 the SUV that could finally challenge Tesla's crown, or will it simply carve out its own space in the EV world? Comment your take below, and let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about the cars shaping our future. Because one thing's certain, the Rivian R2 isn't just an SUV, it's a statement.